Well, hello again. I've been thinking for the last, I woke up this morning thinking about something, and I've been thinking about it all morning. Has to do with all this stuff that's so cotton-picking phony nowadays. I was sitting there and I got to thinking back. I remember when the first Super Bowl was played, football, and I went through all them years with Howard Cosell and Don Meredith and that other guy that was on there. I think he was married to that woman. I don't know, but anyway, I don't remember his name. But anyhow, I've come through and went down. John Madden won the Super Bowl and retired with the Los Angeles Raiders. I was thinking about how real things seemed then. And I come up through, and that Hank Williams Jr. sang that Monday Night Football thing. Came down. Well, it stayed fairly decent, and then along the way, for some reason, it got to being seemed like the thing was fixed, and it got to looking like, well, they had a big strike on baseball. I can't remember, that was back in the 70s or 80s, somewhere back there. And after that, baseball changed. I haven't watched baseball since 1980 World Series was the last one I really watched. I think that's the year the Pittsburgh Pirates won it. And that song, We Are Family, by them ladies was popular all over the place about it. Come through. Well, I got to thinking about that song they got now for that, I don't know about the one for Sunday Night Football, but that one lady sings that song. It's a good song. It took the place of old Hank Williams Jr. and his screeching, and now it's her screeching out there running around in scanty clothes partly. I don't know. But it ain't the same with all the special effects, all the sounds, everything in there. And I got to thinking, well, it's so slick and so perfect and just so documented and planned out and perfect. Well, all them ads on TV now, I got to thinking, there's not a one of them. See, when I was a kid, I was taught that to be an insurance or a used car salesman, you had to be a natural-born liar to be successful at it. And I don't think things have changed. In fact, I think most everything's got natural-born liars doing it now. All them advertisements on TV with the special effects and computer-generated things and all that. There isn't anything that is real anymore. Those advertisements, all that fancy stuff they do, them special effects, and they're not real. They're a lie. So I don't know about the product or the service or anything else. I just figure there's something wrong with it. The government. I hear there's only about 4 or 5 politicians I know of that I actually think they try to tell the truth and say things the way they are. That's terrible. That's shameful. And I know they used to be, years ago, the Grateful Dead used to roam all over the country, and they had they had a real following. They'd go to one town, one city, and put on a performance, and be a weekend whoop-de-doo. And they'd go to another town. Well, there was hundreds and thousands, I guess, people that followed them. Would go to this concert, then they'd go to that concert. Next month, they'd go to this other concert. You know, and they never... The towns would complain about those people because they were... well, they were like the old hippies. Even after the hippies had disappeared. But people that followed the Grateful Dead, they'd have their weed, and they'd hear you. If you went anywhere close or downwind to where they were playing, you could smell that aroma. And people would complain. But they didn't have trouble at those concerts. They didn't have fights. They didn't have... and that's where it was. But you go to everything now is... Everybody's... I don't know. I think it's something in the water. These guys can do all their talking about global warming and climate change and everything else. Well... maybe them, maybe them, the people in the government, that maybe them guys like Hitler and Mussolini, then some of them Russian fellers, maybe if you go back and look, you can probably find in their DNA some of that Genghis Khan, and because that's what all this government's doing now, is trying to own the people. Let's own them. We got them. We'll get them in there. Well, you know, they think it's that debt we got, national debt, shows that we can pay back. We'll pay it. No, that shows that corporate slavery is real. And people's grandchildren and great-grandchildren have been sold into slavery, and they won't be born for 50 years. I don't care what you say. All this welfare stuff, you know, you get to looking and you pay attention when that welfare stuff come out. Back there, it started with that Woodrow Wilson. When it got up there to old FDR, why, he was a real fan of that there Stalin over there in Russia. The Soviet Union, pardon me. He was a real fan of him. That's just like, I think, old General Eisenhower was quite a fan of Adolf Hitler. Because, you know, this freeway system we got thoroughly disrupted and changed the way of life, the rhythm of life in the United States. This freeway system, that came because he thought it was so neat how Hitler built the Autobahn so they could real fast move the stuff over to Russia, over to the east, and go fight Russia. If they needed them over on the west end, they had Russia whipped, they could move them back to the west real fast. Well, that didn't work out real good for Hitler. Them Russians had something to say about that. But and all it did in the United States was it killed all the small towns, all the small businesses, the the small farms that were making a living and stuff for kids growing up and everything. It all went away. Now we got all these big city people that think they're entitled to something. Well, You know, that good book had in there, by the sweat of thy brow, all thy days thou shalt earn thy bread. That was a good idea. Taught people to be responsible for themselves. Small farmers sold pigs and made money to live for another year. People grew grain and stuff, harvested it and sold it to live for another year. Now they're all corporations. All them small farms been chased out of money and business by sold off by the big corporations. The pigs all come from them corporate pig farms. Thousands and thousands of pigs that the ASPCA animal rights people are complaining about. All the chickens are in them huge farm, millions of chickens. Cattle. All the beef's coming out of them feedlots all over Texas and Oklahoma and all over the country. That's where the problems are coming from. It wasn't the private farmers and stuff. Think about it. I was just thinking, so I'd like people to think about that. But you have a good day. Think about what the signs are showing us. I don't think them politicians are out for the good of us. Them lawyers and MBAs and billionaires. No, they're out to line their own pockets and to control as many people as they possibly can. Maybe they'll have a war and kill the rest off. Think about it. Have a good day, good week, good month. May God bless you. I'll talk to you again.